It is so exciting to be here. We have heard so much about AI. And when we hear about AI, I'm fortunate to be able to speak all over the world about this amazing technology. And one of the things that I find most fascinating is that when we talk about AI, people fall into three categories. On one side of the equation, we have people who are reluctant. They're nervous, they feel overwhelmed and uncomfortable with these technology advances. They imagine a dystopian world where robots will take over everything. On the other side of the equation, we have people who are so excited and enamored and ready to explore the possibilities of AI. They are enthusiastic. They imagine a future full of robotic pets that will follow them around and do anything on a whim. And then there's another group of people, like my neighbor, who, when I was describing to her all of the amazing technology advances that were happening with AI, expressed shock that I was so involved with artificial insemination. But no matter where you fall on the spectrum, you are in the right place today. And I'd like to think that I'm in the right place too. I am so honored to be surrounded by incredible innovators and thinkers and people looking to improve their business. Now, you heard Christina mention that I'm an inventor. How many of you have heard the sentence, "There's no such thing as a bad idea"? Do you believe that? I'm here to tell you that's not true. I have had many bad ideas, many bad ideas. I have a whole shoebox full of bad inventions, products that should never have been created and certainly never came to market. But the wonder of what technology and AI will do for us is that it's going to put us in a position where we can take those ideas, develop them faster and smarter, faster products, that we can create these things faster in order to bring them to market. So, when I go around and I speak about AI around the world, we have been busy surveying leaders from a variety of different industries. And here's what the leaders tell us. 97% of the leaders that we survey, and I encourage you, by the way, if you want to participate in the AI readiness assessment, feel free to grab your phones and grab this QR code. You can take it now or later. But 97% across all industries believe that AI will have a significant impact on their industry. If we take that one step farther, knowing that that impact is there, you might be surprised to hear that only 4% of them actually indicate that they have a clear and defined roadmap for how AI will apply and impact their business. Now, I don't want you to be disheartened by this statistic. Instead, I want you to see this statistic as an opportunity. This now starts to become an exercise in first movers. Who is going to be the people who take advantage of this technology and apply it to their organization faster and smarter than the competition? Because the truth is that artificial intelligence is changing innovation. Now, artificial intelligence is a massive field, and we're not going to get into the details of it today, but rather what I'd like to do is to challenge you to think about how AI can impact and influence and alter the way that you approach your business. But it's not always easy, is it? These changes. So I thought maybe we would start with a game. Who's up for a game? Yes? Shall we do something fun? Excellent. Everybody, grab your phone or a pad of paper. You'll need either your telephone or a pad of paper with your notes app. Go ahead, I'll give everybody a second. Wonderful. Okay, here's how this game is going to work. I am going to give you a list of numbers, and I'm going to give them to you very fast. Your challenge is to write down those numbers in the order in which I give them to you. Now, as I go through this list of numbers, I'm going to stop periodically and ask you to do something else. I'm going to tell you to write down a piece of fruit. Now, when I say write down a piece of fruit, you will write down the name of a piece of fruit. You will not write a piece of fruit. Because there's always somebody who wants to be super clever and write down a piece of fruit. You will write down the name of the piece of fruit, yeah? So whatever I tell you to do, that's what you're going to do. Deal? Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Yes. There you go. Excellent. Ready? 17, 37, 90, 4, 15, 5, 31, 85, 27. Write down a piece of furniture. 45, 91, 92, 93, 5, 4, 3, 2. Close your eyes and picture a flying horse. Do you have it in your mind? Excellent. Perfect. Okay, everybody, round of applause. Good job. You did a great job. Did everybody get the numbers? Excellent. Okay, so now what I would like you to do, please stand up. Now, during this challenge, I asked you to write down a piece of furniture. If you wrote down chair or something that you sit on, please sit down. If you wrote down table or desk, something that you sit at, please sit down. We have a few people still standing, so just out of curiosity, sir, what did you write? A shelf, very good. What did you write, sir? Well, now that doesn't even count. I can't compete with that. For all I know, that is a table. Oh, very good. Everybody, round of applause. Thank you so much. Is anybody surprised by how many people sat down so quickly in that process? No. Why? Why? Because I set the stage, didn't I? Because I said we have to go fast. It's going to happen fast. We have to think quickly. But isn't that exactly what you say every day in your business? Every day in your organizations, we have to move quickly, we have to get there, we have to think differently. Quick, come up with a new idea, be creative, be different. But that presents challenges and it makes it difficult for us to think creatively and to think innovatively sometimes when the time pressure is so hard on us. The truth is that AI is going to enable us to do all kinds of amazing things. AI is the great equalizer. It will enable small organizations to scale like massive tech giants and huge organizations, while at the same time, it's going to allow massive organizations to personalize and tailor their products and services in a way that used to only be possible if you were a small, agile company. But the question is it really just your goal to be equal? Or is there an opportunity for you to use AI in order to have competitive advantage? Today I'm going to talk about 4 things. Now, I know that in the agenda it says I'm going to talk about 3, but I'm American, and we like to be a little over the top, as sometimes happens. So I couldn't resist putting 1 extra in based on all the feedback we've had from leaders around the world. So I want to give you 4 challenges today. Now, before we do that, let's just quickly kind of regroup on the topic of AI. First and foremost, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is the technology that makes so many new innovation strategies and approaches possible. It is what makes things possible. When we take that to the next level, to machine learning, this is what will inform that innovation. Our ability to take and coalesce massive amounts of data around our markets, around our products, and around our product possibilities, that is also going to empower us. Then we get to deep learning. And deep learning is what connects all of the pieces together. And it will empower a new way of creating innovation and thinking about the world in a different way. And of course, last but far from least, is generative AI. We saw so many people already who are using generative AI in a show of hands earlier. Gen AI is what is going to make all of this accessible and collaborative. The ability to be able to combine and bring together people from a huge variety of different areas within your organization to leverage AI effectively. Now, when we think about the different kinds of AI that we might choose to integrate into our organization, our research indicates that it falls along a spectrum. And in this spectrum, on one end, you have basic AI. And that basic AI are basically consumerized products, ChatGPT, for example. It is incredible that we're leveraging that technology, but that technology is ubiquitous. It's available to everyone. And consequently, it's only going to deliver a standard amount of value. As we grow and develop, we're going to get into blended technologies where we start to integrate more of our own custom data and custom processes into the AI technology. And in doing so, we start to create augmented and fit-for-purpose applications. Take that all the way over to the other side, and you end up with bespoke applications. Incredible technology such as digital twin systems and enhanced IoT devices and custom technologies and language models. And in bringing all of these together as an organization, the challenge is to find a mix of these different types of applications and embrace them all within your organization. Because the ones down on the basic side can be switched out very quickly. So as technology moves and advances, we can swap things out very quickly. Over on the right side with bespoke, they give us incredible competitive advantage, but at the same time, they take longer to develop. They also are harder for us to switch out and to enhance as time goes on. So think about building a mix. Now let's talk about the 4 areas of impact. First of all, we have speed. It's all about how quickly we can solve problems for the market. Now, part of that comes into design. Now, you heard Christina say that I'm an inventor of products. Some have done well, some have not. But one of the products that I brought to market, when I left corporate, I'm very fortunate. I was able to work in enterprise technology for over 20 years. And I decided that I wanted to go on a new adventure. And so I had an idea for a new product, a new manufactured product. Now, this was a very niche product, but I was very excited about taking it to market. And my very first prototypes for that product were built with a business card. Taking a business card, cutting it up, folding it up, taping it into place. Any other people in here that have maybe kind of have a little bit of an engineer inside of them that like to kind of like do some duct tape together? It was amazing and it was great and it took forever. It took so long. But imagine being able to see the market much more quickly and being able to react more quickly so that we can serve them better. Now, that same product, which was a wireless Bluetooth microphone, was okay until COVID. And then it became essential. Hey Mike found itself in hundreds and thousands of schools across the world being used to educate children while their teachers were remote. And sometimes the products that we build can do that if we are there when the market needs us. So how do you get your products to the market when they need you and when they're ready for you? Now, not only does it get it to the market faster, but the other thing that it can do for you is it can help you to design faster. Being able to come up with ideas and push those ideas faster is really incredible. So my question for you around speed is if you were to ask your teams when you go back to your offices, what is one way that we could use AI and technology to expedite our ability to answer the market and deliver products to the market? What's one way that we could leverage AI and technology to bring our products to market faster? Now, we also have the ability of scale. You heard me say that AI is an equalizer. Well, when it comes to scale, the first way is through personalization. We heard Olivia show some great examples about this. The idea of being able to custom mold and custom create. Our markets today and consumers want a personal experience. They want to feel connected to the products, and the demand for that personalization is only going to accelerate. So how can you use technology to deliver more tailored and tuned solutions to your market so that you will stand out? The other area of scale is in getting more options, being able to test out multiple variations and varieties in a way that is sustainable while also being impactful. So how could you be leveraging AI to test more possibilities more quickly to serve your market? Then we talk about serve. Now, before I get into serve, can I just see a round of applause, please? Who has children? Good. Good job. Well done. Well done. I don't know if you get any credit for that, but you have them. I myself have 2 teenagers. Teenage parents, please applaud. A little bit more subdued, I get it. I have 2 teenage daughters at home. Let me just say, I am really glad to be here. And I will be here all day. I will be here as long as I possibly can. I'm just kidding. My children are amazing, but they are different. They are different than me, and they are quite possibly a little different from you. When we think about serving, one of the ways that we can do that is by improving experiences. My younger daughter is neurodivergent. She sees the world differently. She's on the autism spectrum. And it forces us to interact with her in a different way, but it also encourages her to interact with the world in a different way. Last weekend was her birthday. We took her to a virtual reality game event place. Is anybody VR gamers? Anybody here do virtual reality gaming? Good, so just me then, just me. What you would have seen at that event was you would have actually gotten a huge laugh as I ducked and dodged and tried to avoid imaginary arrows that were being fired from my children at me, which I think was just a dream for them. But what you might have also seen was my younger daughter incredibly engaged, so immersed in an experience. And the way that she thought and the way that she could approach things through that alternate technology was amazing to me. And so when we think about how AI and this technology can better serve, think about how it can better serve the people in your organization who think differently, who communicate differently, who see the world differently, and the same thing for your customers. It can also help us to serve the environment. We heard Lynn talk earlier today about all of the different ways that we should be thinking about how to do the 10 R's of our products. AI can help you imagine those possibilities. It can challenge you and challenge your designs and your distribution to embrace those possibilities. But finally, there's skills. And this is the part that I would encourage you to focus on most. When we think about skills, more than anything, please know that this is the time to get really comfortable with being uncomfortable. AI is going to change and is changing so much about our world, the speed at which we operate, the way in which we operate. But in doing so, it is constantly changing. Long gone are the days when we could just learn a technology and use it. Now we have to constantly adapt to that technology. And that means that we need to be building critical skills within our teams. Now, it turns out that most of the skills that you need to effectively use AI are actually skills that are on the decline. Did you use a GPS to get here today? Please, round of applause if you used a GPS. Okay. I want you to imagine for a second if I told you that you had to navigate here with no electronics. Could you have done it? A few of you could. That just tells me you were the same age as me. Some of you actually panicked a little bit. I actually saw you get a little flustered. And that's because we have become so connected to and a little bit dependent on technology that a lot of our critical thinking and reasoning skills have declined over the years. And there are a number of studies that talk about things like critical thinking, problem solving, reasoning, communication skills are all on the decline and have been for the last 15 years. So these are the skills that we have to redevelop and continually encourage in our teams. And not only that, but that our teams are going to get bigger. And they're going to get bigger because as this technology advances and moves so quickly, we're going to find ourselves in a position where we need to partner with experts. We need to leverage and bolster our teams and our technologies and organizations with people like Technia, for example, who can bring in expertise on demand so that we can continue to move quickly and continue to advance. AI is absolutely the great equalizer. But if you play it right and if you leverage it effectively, it actually becomes your great advantage. Remember that horse I told you to imagine, the flying horse? Well, you might have imagined something like this. If I challenged you to draw this horse, I promise it probably wouldn't have looked anything like that. But that's what you would have been going for. But you could have just as easily imagined a horse like this. Or a horse flying like this. Because the opportunity to think differently and innovate differently and to leverage technology to support that is unparalleled right now. Now, we are here today because you want to think differently about your business and about your organization and what is possible with it. And I admire you for that. And I can't wait to see what you will create when your innovation is AI empowered. Thank you so much.